very good afternoon and welcome to this edition of Lunchtime News. I'm Katharina Chang. Let's start off with a look at the headlines. Former Western and Southern Province Chief Ministers to preferential voting lists. Sri Lanka Human Rights Commission says election was fair and peaceful. Robbery at a private bank in Sidua. Objects discovered in the Indian Ocean discounted as having come from MH370. Take a look at the stories in detail. A notable feature at the Southern and Western Provincial Council elections this time, according to preferential voting results, is the fact that rookie candidates have been elected ahead of former councillors. Nevertheless, in both the Western and Southern provinces, the former chief ministers topped the list of candidates in terms of preferential votes received.
Hirunika Premachandra secured the highest number of preferential votes in the Colombo district, with the number standing at 139,034. Udaya Gammanpilla, who received 115,638 votes, was second in the district. Also from the UPFA, Upali Kodikara received 47,822 preferential votes, while Roger Seniviratna received 44,011 preferential votes. SM Marikar topped the list of UNP candidates in the Colombo district with 67,243 votes. Manju Sri Arangala received 45,654 votes. In the Democratic Party, Susil Kindalpitiya topped the list of candidates with 32,918 preferential votes. KD Lal Kanta topped the list of JVP candidates from the Colombo district. Former Chief Minister Prasanna Ranatunga topped the list of UPFA candidates from the Gampa district with 249,678 preferential votes. Nimal Lansa, who received 106,661 preferential votes, was second. Sahan Pradeep was third with 59,892 preferential votes. Harshana Rajakarna topped the list of UNP candidates for the Gampa district with 51,018 preferential votes. Kavinda Heshan was second among the UNP candidates with 41,654 preferential votes. Edward Gunasekara was third with 29,944 preferential votes. Attorney-at-law Susaruddin Al De Silva, who contested the Western Provincial Council on the UPFA ticket from the Gampa district, was elected to the council with 37,598 preferential votes.
Now, UPFA Kaltara district candidate Sena Valgamma topped the list of candidates in the district with 115,385 votes. Rohanabe Gunawardena was second with 51,339 preferential votes. Yasapal Korlage was third with 42,395 preferential votes. Jagat Vitana, who received 29,920 preferential votes, topped the list of UMP candidates in the Kalutara district. El Jamil was second with 24,576 preferential votes, while PD Abervatna was third with 20,797 preferential votes. Rabindra Yasas topped the list of Democratic Party candidates, receiving 12,885 preferential votes. Nalina Jayatissa topped the list of JVP candidates in the district with 11,949 preferential votes. Tune into Primetime News at 9 tonight for more on the preferential voting results of the Western and Southern Provincial Council polls. And now taking a look at other local news, the Sri Lanka Human Rights Commission stated that the recently concluded Western and Southern Provincial Council elections were conducted in a free and fair manner. The Commissioner of SHRC, Professor Pratibha Mahanamaheva, stated that there were no reports of any serious incident relating to the polls. He also added that several groups of officers were deployed in order to inspect activities pertaining to the Provincial Council polls.
Sri Lanka Manavimikam Commission Sabhava Nirikshana.
The SLHRC deployed election observers during and after the election. We even opened a special hotline for complaints to be reported. We can say that the elections were held in a free and fair manner. In most polling stations, it was witnessed that the public who came to cast their votes did so in a civil manner without causing any trouble.
And on headline making news, over 1 million rupees has reportedly been robbed from a private bank in Sidua that operated on a 24-hour basis. Now the theft has been carried out by a group of thieves who broke into the bank's premises early this morning. The police stated that the duty manager was threatened and attacked with a sharp weapon by one of the thieves ahead of carrying out the theft. The injured manager is currently being treated at the Colombo National Hospital. The police stated that according to the information collected through initial investigations, it was revealed that the four suspects who carried out the theft had arrived on motorcycles wearing helmets. The police added that the stolen monetary notes were those bearing serial numbers FROMG 239037 to G239037 The public have been requested by the police to hand in any monetary notes bearing the said serial numbers or those serial numbers that fall within it to the nearest police station. Serial numbers once again are G239037 to G239037 And on to some other local news. The Department of Fisheries say that 78 Indian fishermen who were released from Sri Lankan custody are due to be returned to India along with 20 boats.
The department said that 58 fishermen and 13 boats are to be released to India in the seas of Kankes and Thurai. 20 Indian fishermen and 7 damaged boats are to be released to the Indian Coast Guard off the coast of Thale Mannar. The department also confirmed that in line with this, the Indian authorities will release 10 Sri Lankan fishing vessels in the custody of Indian authorities.
Now, an accident occurred in the Kaduava area in Galeval along the Dambulla Kurunagala main road early this morning. Our correspondent says a tipper lost control and veered off the road.
Our correspondent says the tipper, which was travelling at high speed, crashed into a coconut tree in a private estate. The vehicle had also caused damage to an area of the estate where tobacco leaves were being sun-dried. The driver escaped unscathed, however, the tipper was badly damaged. The vehicle had been impounded by the police.
A demonstration was held in the Kakirava town today to protest the establishment of a gambling centre in the area. Area residents and members of the clergy engaged in this demonstration to protest the establishment of a gambling centre in the Kakirava town. The demonstrators handed over a letter in this regard to the Divisional Secretary of Kakirava and the Chairman of the Pradesh Sabha. Meanwhile, a university student died when he drowned in the Kaludea Pokuna in Mihintale. The deceased was a first-year student from the management faculty at the Rajarata University. The victim was identified as 22-year-old Gan Pradeep and was a resident from the Alapalavala Vature area in Kegol. He died last evening when he went swimming with a group of friends. The body is currently lying at the government hospital in Mihintale. And before we wrap up the news, today marks day 5 of Around the World in 40 Days Goodwill World Tour organized by Newsfirst and Sri Lanka Youth in view of the World Conference on Youth that will be held in Sri Lanka.
Around the World in 40 Days.
The Sri Lankan delegation is now at the Soekarno-Hatta International Airport in Jakarta, and we are due to depart from Manila in the Philippines in a short while from now. Today is day 5 of the Goodwill Tour, where we will be visiting 5 continents. Throughout this tour, our youth will exchange ideas with youth from across the world and will observe youth activities in other parts of the world. The Goodwill Tour, which commenced on the 26th of March, has now travelled to Malaysia, Indonesia and Singapore. We will return to Sri Lanka on the 5th of May. We express our appreciation to the Sri Lankan Embassy in Indonesia for the support rendered to us.
Now on that note, we wrap up this edition of Lunchtime News, and of course it was a pleasure having you with us. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Katharina Chang. Have a pleasant day ahead.